And that's why I always say to people, you have to try it. I can describe it, especially in this environment, we're talking about it. But when people step on a power plate, they're like, I get it.
Yep.
Because it is that feeling. Essentially, you'll turn a power plate on, and from a distance, you'll probably go, what's happening? I don't see anything. Because it's vibrating between 30 and 50 times per second. Like, we can't even clap that fast. And that accelerated vibration, which is predominantly up and down, causes these reflex contractions in the muscle, which is then increasing the blood flow, which is increasing the lymph flow massively, more than we can ordinarily. And a nice way to explain it is if we put our hands on our chest like that, and if you consciously create contractions, so that middle finger up and down, as fast as you can go, and as powerful as you can go, okay? But if you pull that finger away and put it under stretch and let go, think of the speed and the power we're now creating. So that's the effect the vibration's having on the muscle. It's creating this sort of reflex automatic response. It's kind of the same principle. If you put your hand on something burning hot, you don't go, it's a bit hot, think I'll move. You've burnt yourself. It's just a reflex contraction.
Right.
So that's what's happening with whole body vibration very, very rapidly.
And there's levels to that. So you can prime that and you can train that reflex. And so you can touch something hot and be like, oh, that's hot, or you can enhance that. And with sports and being in sports performance, it's important to understand how to utilize the reflexes and then enhance the reflexes so that you can reduce reaction time.
Well, that's it. And also accelerate muscle contractions, like fast twitch muscle fibers. So we can talk about this for the everyday person and people with disabilities even, but for elite athletes and pretty much every NFL team, baseball team, basketball team are using power plates, soccer teams, because not only can they improve, like we have studies showing increased jump height for basketball players, increase that fast twitch muscle fiber response, but the rehab side as well for athletes, which is huge, which was my experience, because the fact the platform's moving up and down so rapidly, it naturally moves front and back and side to side as well. So now you've got this destabilizing effect where your body's having to respond 30, 40, 50 times per second, depending on the setting, but to something moving three-dimensionally. So all those stabilizing muscles are kicking in. Like, so for me, for my knee stability, you then think of fall prevention in the elderly as well. If they're improving their stability and proprioception, you think of how quickly you can move, change direction if you're an athlete. So it's that whole spectrum of elderly through to elite athletes that can benefit from vibration.
Yep.